30 years since we met my next guest as the adorable Winnie Cooper from the hit show Wonder Years. I love that when the audience does that. Oh! Well, since then, she's gone on to become a master mathematician and New York Times best-selling author. Her latest book is called Goodnight Numbers. Please welcome Danica McKellar. How you doing?
Thank you.
Yeah, don't look like the little girl from Yeah, Wonder Years and turn into Wonder Woman. I know that's right. High five, yeah.
Thank you.
How you been?
I've been great.
That's crazy because Winnie Cooper was the dream girl for so many teenage boys. I mean, you remember this? That was her, man. Did you ever think you'd ever be such an iconic character?
Oh, you know, when you're a kid, you have no perspective on that. I mean, acting was supposed to just be a hobby, in fact. My mom had a rule for me and my sister. No, we don't audition for movies or series regular parts because it's just going to be a hobby, right?
Right.
Well, it turns out the part of Winnie Cooper was a guest role on the pilot. That's why I was allowed to audition. And if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have been Winnie Cooper.
Really?
Yeah. A few days into shooting the pilot, the producer said, hey, we think that Danica and Fred have this great chemistry. You know, do you think she would consider signing a series contract? And we had to think about it. My mom had to think about it, but I really wanted to do it, and she let me. And the rest is history.
Yeah. So after the Wonder Years, you took a break from acting. Why?
I did. I took a break for 4 years before I got back into the West Wing and started doing other things. I decided to get a degree in mathematics from UCLA. Yeah.
You turned your passion for this mathematics into a second career, huh?
Yes, and I didn't know I was going to at the time. I wasn't sure if I was going to become a professor in math. I actually helped to prove a new theorem. So I have a theorem that's named after me, which was actually a high school dream of mine. A math theorem. The title of the actual technical title of the paper, though, if this clears it up, is Percolation and Gibbs States Multiplicity for Ferromagnetic Ashken-Teller Models on Z2. It's a real favorite at parties. It's a real, like, conversation starter. Not really. But the point is that...
Do you know if we was dating, that would break us up?
That's a problem.
Yeah, I know.
That's a problem. And you know what, women? Do not dumb yourselves down for anybody, anytime. So speaking of that, I have 4 books already that are aimed at empowering girls and teaching girls about math. There they are. Math Doesn't Suck, Kiss My Math. They're really fun titles, and the whole point is to make...
Kiss My Math.
Yeah, Kiss My Math. Right. The point is to explain math for middle school and high school girls in a way that's fun and interesting. It really does teach the stuff. And then also to show them how great it is to be smart. To make that something to aspire to embrace that side of you, knowing that that part of you is going to make all of your life better.
Tell everybody about the new book, Goodnight Numbers.
Yes, so after writing my first set of books for middle school and high school, this goes younger. And I actually signed these books for your grandkids, you can see. And they're
oh, that's Rose and Noah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this is a counting book. It's a bedtime book, and it counts from 1 to 10 as the kids are getting ready for bed.
I see.
And it rhymes, so it's fun to read for parents.
Good night, 1 fork. Good night, 1 spoon. Good night, 1 bowl. I'll see you soon. Hey, I can do that. Good night, 2 hands. Good night, 2 feet. Good night, 2 ears. So small and sweet. Hey, I can do that right there.
And so it's to be read at bedtime, and I've actually snuck in some bonus math to make your kids smarter. So bonus math, yeah. So there's something called 10 frames, and I disguise them as picture frames there. So 10 frames is something that kids learn in kindergarten and first grade, and this sort of greases the wheels to make that easier.
You count it every time, so you count how many is in the picture.
Exactly.
If you hadn't told me that, that was a complete oversight.
And There are also lots of things to count on each page. So on this page, on the 8 page, you'll see there are like 8 spots on the dog, and there are 8 flowers on the bed, 8 little pearls on her necklace. So every page has lots of things to count. And I've sent it to some friends, and they're all saying the same thing, that their kids have become obsessed with finding all the things to count on each page for that number. So I'm really, really excited about it. I'm very proud of it. The illustrator, Alicia Padron, did an amazing job, and I'm just excited to get it into everyone's hands.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Hey, folks, be sure to pick up a copy of Goodnight Numbers in stores now. We'll be right back, everybody.
Okay, saw this author on the Steve Harvey Show, Danica Keller. She's from the Wonder Years. She played Winnie Cooper. I read this at our school, Rantory Mott. Kids were so engaged that they couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't get enough of it. Really like the way that the book rhymes with the 10 frame. Goodnight Numbers. Good night, one fork. Good night, one spoon. Good night, one bowl. I'll see you soon. Good night, 2 hands. Good night, 2 feet. Good night, 2 ears. So small and sweet. Good night, 3 wheels. Good night, 3 cans. Good night, all trucks and pots and pans. Good night, 4 paws. Good night, kitty cat. Good night, 4 froggies on the bathroom mat. Good night, 5 points. Good night, little stars. Good night, 5 splashes. They go really far. Good night, 6 snaps. Good night, Mr. Peach. Good night, 6 blocks with 6 sides each. Good night, 7 days. Good night, whole week. Good night, 7 teeth. So clean they squeak. Good night, 8 arms. Good night, tall vines. Good night, 8 sides on the red stop sign. Good night, 9 butterflies. Good night, 9 bars. Good night to the moon and the countless stars. Good night, 10 fingers. Good night, 10 toes. Good night to the whole world, and everyone knows. Numbers are all around us. They're like good friends. Good night to all the numbers, and good night, and the end. This has been an amazing book. The kids have really taken to it. I've got really excited about it. I think it's a home run. Plus, it reinforces what the teachers are already teaching with the 10 number frame. Good night, numbers.